Anthony Towns pulls it down. Towns has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Here's Lewis. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Timberwolves lead by 9.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
On the wing, Lamb. Pick up by Hill. Jones, no one around him. His three-pointers off the mark.
Very lazy defense there, but luckily they got bailed out by the missed shot. He won't miss many of those opportunities.
The Pelicans' shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. And the call will be against Perez. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
I don't know if
There's 31 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Davis, the pass to Moore. Dishes it to Pondexter. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Well, for the Timberwolves, they can just run out the clock here. Now, here's Lewis. Defense right on him. From 7. Got a piece of it. Here's Moore. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. And this win puts them squarely in the driver's seat in this series. Up now, Greg, 2-zip with all the momentum on their side.
I mean, in fantastic shape right now. If they can capitalize on this victory and win Game 3, you can just about put this series to bed.
You got it. Well, that'll do it for now. Glad you could join us for the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. And we send you now over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Prez. Boy, I don't know what his coach said to him at the half, but he came out of the tunnel firing. Awesome scoring display in the 3rd quarter.
Unbelievable, man. And when this guy's got it going on like that, it's a pleasure. I mean, just a pleasure to watch him play. I'd pay to come see him, even though I don't have to.
Well, he came through with a phenomenal performance with the stakes at their highest level. This is when you need guys to do everything in their power to secure each game at any cost.
The postseason is still young, and there is more round 1 action coming your way. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, good night, everybody.
Good night.
First season's down.
Yeah, baby.
Hey guys, how about a little selfie action?
Oh yeah,
You know, finishing the first season off strong.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Selfie it up. Yeah, your arms a little longer.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, that looks money.
Good.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
All right, kid.
All right, man. See you there.
See you guys. Oh, hey, can you show me that OJ jam thing that you guys do?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We
so
just did it.
Nice. All right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Bam, bam.
A little less.
All right.
Yeah.
Bam, bam.
There it is. Squeeze the juice
All
out,
right,
baby.
squeeze it.
Fresh squeeze.
All right. Hey,
Fresh
see you
squeeze.
guys.
All right.
Fresh squeeze.
Orange juice.
Fresh squeeze.
Think I'm
Orange
in the other
juice.
lot, but I'll
Orange juice.
see
See
you
you,
there.
Bruce.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
Hello and welcome to the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And folks, you can feel the fierceness, the intensity of this series setting the tone prior to Game 3. Tonight, we'll be watching the Minnesota Timberwolves playing against the New Orleans Pelicans at Smoothie King Center. Well, for the Pelicans, staggered after a resounding Game 2 loss, they'll try to regain their confidence and reclaim some momentum here in this vital Game 3. Well, after losing the first 2 games on the road, the alarm bells starting to sound. Would you agree, Kenny, that this is a crucial game for them if they're going to battle back in the series?
Yeah, some guys play much better at home than they do on the road. So they need some home cooking tonight, and this crowd has got to give them a big burst of adrenaline.
You know, if you listen to everybody else, especially the so-called experts, they think it's over. But they're not out of it yet, Ernie. Yes, they're up against the ropes, but it's only one thing to do, Kenny. Come out swinging, knockout blow. Tonight is a game they got to win at all costs.
Very, I would say that it sounds like you guys have been there and done that when you discuss being in this situation in a series.
You know what? I just used to hate some of my teammates that only play well at home. You know, some of them need to wear their practice home jersey under their away jersey so we can get some wins on the road.
Well, I'm actually 1-5 with being down 0-2. I've been swept 6 times.
Right, congratulations to you.
The last time in Dallas in the finals, we were down 0-2. And
Houston
came
did
back
it
to
too.
to win the finals. So
Houston did it in the finals. Oh, that was us.
Well, so what are you saying? You just give up when you're down 0-2?
no, I didn't give up.
Okay, good. Whatever.
In the words of Jocks Across America, I got mine.
Time for tip-off as we send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
I heard you talking about the finals, Kenny.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Game 3 of this Western Conference first-round series. We're 2-0 so far, and we'll see if the home court advantage holds swing. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, our game analysts, and from the sideline, David Aldridge. We've got the Minnesota Timberwolves and New Orleans. Look at New Orleans. They need the boost here from the hometown fans, trailing 2-0. It is critical for them to start to edge back into this series.
And an opportunity here to change the momentum of this series. The odds are stacked against them after losing those first 2 on the road. But now in their building, their fans, it's their chance to get back into it.
Tip-off goes to Minnesota. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Minnesota, Lewis. He's in at shooting guard. Andrew Nicholson out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Towns, and it's Young in at the 1 spot. And it's blocked by Lewis.
And you gotta respect the D. Perez just spiking the shot back thanks to that amazing reach.
And Young kicks to Towns. Wiggins left side. Here's Lewis. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
I mean, outstanding finish inside against a defender that basically towers over him.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Here's Moore. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. On defense, the Pelicans. They want to put some distance between them and the loss on Monday.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Listen, the offense had the crowd's energy to feed off, but it doesn't explain a lack of effort on defense.
Here's Holiday. Softly drops in the floater.
Boy, got a little fancy with that one. Laid in the floater and got the crowd buzzing.
Young pass to Lewis. Shoots from 12. And he connects with the jumper. Lewis has got his second bucket of the night.
And you got to admire the attitude of Perez, staying with his shot despite the D being all over.
And now running up the court. Lewis pushing it up. Pelicans with the rebound.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
And Davis can't get it to go. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Shots good from Young.
Yeah, and Young has a beautiful touch from the mid-range, really sticking it to the D from there.
To the middle, here's Moore. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Young dishes to Towns. Moore with the steal. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. For Minnesota, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Wiggins with it. Now here's Lewis. That one drops for him. Lewis has got 6 points.
And Perez scores from anywhere, inside, outside. This guy does it all.
Here's Holiday. It doesn't go for him. And Minnesota will come the other way. Lewis on the wing. Towns against Ashe. And the dunk by Towns.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then fouls it up Greg with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback. And the call will be against Perez.
I'm Perez.
That's his first
I
foul.
approve that steal.
Some changes for New Orleans. Terrence Jones is checked in for Ashe. Hill comes in for Tyreek Evans. And Hield subbed in for Ejuan Moore. And a change for the Timberwolves. Zhang's checked in. Davis sets a screen. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Yeah, that's a shot he'll take, again, if he's given the chance. We all know he can knock that down.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to talk to Alvin Gentry a few minutes ago. He had the demeanor you would expect for a coach in his situation. After dropping the first 2 in hostile territory, he acknowledged the hard road ahead. He said we didn't get it done on the road, and there were some missed opportunities. So now we have to regroup and take care of business at home. Simple as that. Kevin?
Thanks, David.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And it's Davis finishing it off.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Now here's Lewis. 8 points for him. Good on the bucket.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Stolen by Lewis. All alone. And a hard slam there from Prez to finish off the play.
And that's the athleticism that had him so highly touted coming into the league.
Shot by Hield. Nobody around. No good with the triple. Minnesota leading by 11. Towns kicks to Lewis. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line tonight. And the Pelicans making a change here. Lamb's checked in. And then for Minnesota, Hill comes in for Karl Anthony Towns. And Levine subbed in for Wiggins. Feeds it to Jones. Pass to Davis. And good. Got the English head time as it falls. Davis has got 6 points.
Listen, they rely heavily on his offense. He rarely lets them down.
And here's Young from the arc.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Timberwolves lead by 12. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from New Orleans. And one of the rising stars in the NBA is Anthony Davis.
A lot of face-up, like you do the 1-2.
Well, I'll tell you could be here an awfully long time before. So for the Pelicans, Hill, he's checked in for Pondexter. Hield comes in for Jeremy Lamb. And it's Holiday in for Tyreek Evans. Holiday and Hield team up in the backcourt. Jones is out there with Anthony Davis. And it's Hill in at the small forward position. That's the Pelicans 5.
And how about the skill from Perez down on the block, working hard inside and getting the contact in the process.
And he sinks the second.
Too easy out here.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Jones, the pass to Hield. Ball's knocked loose. There's the pass to Davis. For the 3. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Timberwolves leading by 13. Here's Lewis. Jang dishes to Young. He kicks it to Lewis. Holiday against Young, and the call will be against Perez.
Now. We're better than
That's
that.
foul number 2 for him.
Big call there. That's his second foul with a lot of time left in the half. He may be taking a seat.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter.
Just doesn't seem to have it here in the second quarter.
No good on the quick 3.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one. And that's just what Prez does, getting real physical with the D on his shots.
The Timberwolves have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And Holiday kicks to Jones. Here's the teardrop.
Boy, they can't cut into this lead with him going stone cold and only so much time to turn it around.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Prez in their last game against the Pelicans was all business. He scored 32 points and played tremendous defense as well, really causing havoc on both ends of the floor. He absolutely stole the show. It felt like he was everywhere all the time. It'll be interesting to see how he follows it up, Kevin.
Great job, Dave. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can stay in a role like that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes those hot streaks can last for days, and I'm sure they'll be feeding him the basketball, hoping he's still got that mojo working.
Well, we know by himself he can win a game for you. He has that kind of talent when he's at full capacity. And right now, he couldn't be hotter.
6 attempts for him at the line. He's made 4.
And just doing a much better job of getting to the line this quarter than he did in the first.
Jeremy Lamb's checked in for New Orleans.
And what makes Prez special is his passion for the game. Any weakness he has, he works tirelessly.
Wow.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Timberwolves ahead as they dominate the last minutes of the quarter on an 8-0 run. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Good work, guys. Bring it in. Have a seat. I love the...
And welcome back to the NBA playoffs as we get ready to continue with this round 1 matchup. We're seeing a tremendous game from Prez.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
Well, he's given us every reason to anticipate big scoring outbursts, and tonight no exception.
Pelicans trail by 20. So on the floor for Minnesota, Lewis in a 2-guard. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Andrew Nicholson. And it's Young and it's Wiggins in at the 3 spot.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
And Young kicks to Lewis. From 10 feet out, Evans with the rebound.
He doesn't have a polished inside game by any means, but that's an opportunity he should convert.
And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Pelican shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Holiday against Young. The feed to Evans. Here's Moore. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Now Young. He's got 5. Here's Lewis. Drops in the layup for 2. Lewis has got 25 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Asik, the pass to Holiday. It's good. That basket is now 5 for 9.
His accuracy's been unbelievable, but they're getting dominated in too many other areas.
And Young kicks to Lewis. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one on Davis. The Timberwolves have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line. And the first one drops. Some changes for Minnesota. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Towns. And Shabazz Muhammad subbed in for Andrew Wiggins.
Timeout. Timeout. Start it.
Great job, guys. Nice work. Take a seat now. Let's talk. Hey, this is what happens when we play our...
They've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Tighten up and toughen up in the lane. Establish better position. Maybe even take some charges.
Passes to Holiday. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. And Davis can't get it to go.
They tried to stay perfect in the half, but 3 for 4 now.
Here's Lewis. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. The Timberwolves shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10. New Orleans making a switch here. Pondexter's checked in. Minnesota also with the sub. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Andrew Nicholson. Evans kicks to Moore. The dish now to Asik. And Lewis comes to help. Stolen by Lewis. And now Young running the floor all by himself. Hard finish there at the rim from Young.
While not the most polished player on offense, you can bet he will attack the iron.
Pelicans trail by 21 and stolen by Pekovic. Now here's Muhammad. Not a lot of room. He dishes it to Pekovic. Pass to Lewis. And he uses the glass on the layup. Lewis has got 8 points in the quarter.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Kicks to Moore. To the inside. Davis makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Over to the wing. Here's Muhammad. Hits it from 3-point range. Muhammad's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And that's the money shot. Muhammad trying to become more consistent from distance.
And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with it.
Nice job, Orange Juice. Hustle up. Take a seat. Listen up. We have these guys back on their heels. And now they're playing like they're desperate.
You know, it also gives guys a quick breather, too. They're expending a ton of energy out there.
Some changes for New Orleans. Hill, he's checked in for Asik. Jeremy Lamb comes in for Quincy Pondexter. And Hield subbed in for E'Twaun Moore. And then for Minnesota, Gorgui Dieng's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. And it's done in for Shabazz Muhammad. Lewis kicks to Zhang. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
Well, the thought was Zhang would never be much of a scorer, but I think he's changing people's minds.
And stolen by Zhang. Young for 3, and Young just drilling the 3 there. Nice look.
And that's the shot that's dropping for Young when he is playing with confidence.
Dishes to Lamb. Davis kicks to Lamb. Davis with a screen on Lewis. Shot clock at 6. Stolen by Lewis. And Prez with a clear path to the hoop.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play.
You know, the basket is good, but it's all about the assist there. That pass led him to just the right spot on the floor.
He doesn't hit that one. Davis with some nice D. The Pelicans have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. Over in the corner, Lamb. Three-pointer. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Dunn dishes to Lewis. From 12 feet out. Pelicans with the rebound. Davis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Tipped away. Evans outside. Here's Hield. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Timberwolves ahead, running away with it. From New Orleans, back in a moment. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Alvin Gentry.
Forget about the score and let's compete. Just compete. That's all. Not that hard to do now.
And we're back to the end. New Orleans making some changes here. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Terrence Jones. Evans comes in for Solomon Hill. And Hield subbed in for Langston Galloway. The Timberwolves also changing it up. Nicholson's checked in for Hill. Prez comes in for Levine. Young is subbed in for Tyus Jones. You've got Jeremy Lamb. Tyreek Evans out there with Quincy Pondexter. Then there's Davis, and it's Hield in at the 1. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Here's Lamb. Connects from three-point range.
And game 3 will go in the record books here. Lots of energy out there tonight, and an important win for the Timberwolves.
They simply ran him off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Prez. You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
Now here's Hield, defended by Young. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
He's off on the first. Some changes for New Orleans. Ashik comes in for Davis. And Terrence Jones is subbed in for Hield. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Minnesota.
You know, he doesn't shrink the lead as much as he should have. That hurts a bit.
Young passes to Lewis. And finished off by Prez.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
And that's the thing. When you fought all game, expended all your energy, you want to do everything you can to come away with the W.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Jang.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Yeah, I think that's where you swing the ball around. Try and find a better passing angle.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And Young kicks to Pekovic to the wing on the left. Lewis down low, covered by Lamb. Yep, that one goes. Lewis has got 39.
And you can hear the disappointment in the crowd tonight. But we saw a team that was just ready to do battle in this arena. They clearly wanted this road win.
And on the road, they knew they might have to work a little harder. You could see it coming, even in warm-ups, that they would be giving maximum effort.
He cans that one.
Really fantastic decision by Prez there, charging into the lane and then nailing the high percentage shot.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thanks, Kev. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Prez. He lit up the scoreboard in the first quarter. Defenders tried to make adjustments, but were woefully unsuccessful. Clearly, his outburst set the tone for the rest of the evening. Kenny, your thoughts?
Well, he went for 40-plus like it was no big deal. Even with the defense using every imaginable resource to stop him, they couldn't do it. They tried to focus on him, get him out of rhythm, just not working. He's just too good.
Well, how about his shooting tonight? He was locked in from the floor. Wide open or double team, it did not seem to matter. He was going to sink it in. When you got a player who's that reliable, you're a tough team to beat.
And that will wrap up tonight's Round 1 coverage of the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. For the Jet and Shaq, EJ, we'll see you again as the NBA playoffs continue.